Cobie, tell us a little about your... So tell us about your...
Was I wearing?
Your bus
What was I wearing?
Yes, what were you wearing?
Well, you know, it's funny, I feel like I'm the first woman in a superhero movie that I feel had like the easiest costume. Yeah. Like compared to these guys. I had it pretty good, but I think that was the most interesting thing about taking on this movie was seeing how the costumes were developed. Like, They literally took conceptual drawings from comic books and really just developed some of the most beautiful pieces. And it was really cool just being a part for like each intricate detail. Like they really thought it through.
So more physically demanding than How I Met Your Mother? I mean,
I would say so, yeah. I'm not singing it. I'm not going to sing.
So sorry. Sounds like you're excited. It's only because they love too hard. How was this experience for you, like going to the show and coming into this insane franchise with these established characters and like this will be the biggest movie next year.
Yeah, it was extremely intimidating. I was probably most excited to work with Joss. And he has been a friend of mine and is still a friend of mine. And it was that was one of the most exciting parts of this movie for me. But yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of pinching myself walking around and being here in front of all of you guys and being as thrilled to see how the movie turns out. I mean, it's a dream.
Yes. And so, Clark, for you, I think we've seen you in Coulson. Did you know when you initially signed on, like, I'll pop up a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's going to be largely about me?
I'm not going to say that never occurred to me, but it was only in my most demented driving to work fantasies to do one line in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Before they started adding more scenes.
Yeah.
I never thought that the journey would take me to the scenes in Iron Man 2 where they said, oh, tell them you're going to New Mexico. And then saying, why? And like, oh, you're in Thor. And then being at the backstage of San Diego Comic-Con 2 years ago and having Joss Whedon come up and introduce himself saying, oh, you're in the Avengers. So this new spoiler scene in the Avengers where Coulson peels back his face and reveals that he's a Romulan princess. Why would you do that? No, I'm banished from the con.
Clark, I don't know if I can get you to do it, but backstage, Clark was singing his version of the Avengers.
I'm not singing the Avengers theme song.
Please.
Somebody grab a blaster and put me out of my misery. Okay, you have to imagine Trent Reznor.
I'll give you some movie guitar.
I'm writing this backstage as a joke. Okay, you gotta picture like some really like thrashy, like very East Village Avenue D guitars. We are the Avengers. We're the dysfunctional family. We got muscles of bulky and we have a hard key.
When Trent Reznor originally recorded Pretty Haters, I didn't think Loki and Hulky would be a thing.
No, his muscles so bulky and we have a Hulk.
Oh, bulky, okay, we have a Hulk. Loki. Which rhymes with Loki?
It's on Twitter later.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert, that's the theme song. If only that was really the theme song. If only the president of Marvel Studios were here to make that happen. Mark Ruffalo, I'm very excited to see you play Banner because I mean, probably like a lot of you, I read the Ultimates and I feel like a little bit of a different portrayal of Banner than we've seen before, where he's sort of like, oh, he's this brooding soul and the Hulk is ultimately good. But I think in the Ultimates timeline, he's a little more like Hulk is kind of like a raging erection in a weird sort of way. And Banner is a little more insecure and a little bit more like skittish. So how's the role been for you?
I like the raging erection.
I'm sorry.
It was an amazing journey, and I'm building this Bruce Banner off of some other really great Bruce Banners, starting back with Bill Bixby.
Yep.
And Eric Bana and Ed Norton. Ed and I joke that this is my generation's Hamlet. We're all going to get a chance at the part. This is going to be a more mature Banner who understands a little bit what he has under the hood, so to speak.
Yeah. And so how much did you feel like, well, I sort of have to pay homage a bit to the sort of the canon of the Hulk that's been laid out before, but I kind of have this take on the character? Like, how did you balance those two things?
I had to pay homage, but then I definitely had to ruffleize it.
That damn Hulk done got ruffleized! I think we actually, Kevin, we actually have some number reports. Oh, you want
performance and talk a lot about his portrayal before we can do shows there. So let me tell you this, the timing of this convention is a little right. It's a little strange. We just debuted a whole trailer to the whole world. Nobody's seen that footage. And now 4 days later, we decided what can we do. So Joss Whedon said, let's just cut a whole other piece that no one's ever seen before and bring it to you guys.